Hey, Julia, welcome in. Julia, welcome in. Welcome in. You are the first one here today. Thank you so much. Hopefully, everything is going good in your neck of the woods. Hey, John, welcome in. I was out of town originally. Yeah, I noticed, Julia. There was a Julie that comes on. I was like, is that the right Julie? Julia, were you on vacation or work? Glad to have you back. Hey, Tanya, welcome in. Tanya, how is work going? How is the son doing? How is the baby doing? Billy Cody, welcome in. Christina, I did. So sad. Him and Malcolm Jamal Warner from The Cosby Show. I was on a trip. Oh, how fun! Were you visiting family, Julia? I think Ozzy Osbourne was something to all generations. Let's see, he was the 70s, the 80s, 90s, but early 2000s definitely was a millennial staple for the Osbournes. It's not bad, he's doing good. He fell off the couch Saturday. Aw. Oh, poor thing. Oh, poor baby. I remember when my nephew, I was living in another home with my brother and my sister-in-law. They just had my nephew, and it was the middle of the night, and the house that we were in, the floor was elevated with tile, and he fell off the bed, and you could hear that skull just hit the floor. It was so, it felt horrible. It's such a horrible feeling. Julia doing really good. He's gonna be 8 months tomorrow. He just started crying. Oh gosh, he's growing up quick. My dad's heart stopped for several days. Oh no, Case Spangler. That's right. Your dad was going into the hospital. I've been on a sourdough binge. I made 5 mini loaves, and now I just started. Oh, how fun, Christina! I love that. Yeah, it does. It's very scary. He's supposed to. Okay, so surgery tomorrow. Yeah, and you were concerned. You had shared with us, Case, that you were concerned recently because of it. Christina, that sounds so good. I know. I want to make another focaccia bread too. Those of you on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. We read 4 children's literature books a night. We will begin 10 minutes at the hour. Please join my page. Good, Christina. That's gonna be really good. Hey, Books and Babe, welcome in. Let's all keep Case in our prayers. Her dad is in the hospital, is getting rushed to the hospital because of a heart attack. Was that what it was, Case? Yes, Julia, we are in our summer season. We're going to be in our summer season probably pretty much for the month of August. September. I'm wondering if August 22nd we should start fall and then go from August 22nd until September 22nd, which is the actual day of fall, but then from September 22nd to Halloween. We should do all Halloween stuff. He has to have a pacemaker in there so it keeps stopping. Oh, got it. Case, that's how my dad passed. My dad went in with a cold and then he was in the hospital for a week. They needed to give him a pacemaker, but he didn't make it. Yeah, John, I'm thinking that we do that because we can't keep up the same one for 2 months. So I think August, I always try to be like a month ahead of the season. That way we have enough time to enjoy it. But now that we have a really good community, I really want to do fall right. So in my head, I have some ideas, but I haven't put them together. You made a heart loaf? Oh, that's sweet. That's great. Christina, how is your ankle doing? I think you were saying yesterday your foot wasn't feeling good. Your foot was doing bad. Oh, no, not a heart. Oh, you just made a loaf. Oh, a pink loaf. Oh, okay. I love it. For fall, could we talk about leaves and different leaves? Oh, yeah, we can do that. Okay, sitting there. Uh huh. Yeah, I've been thinking of throwing some ideas around in my head about did you know, like what other topics can we do? I know there's a lot of them. I like to do like little random things that come up in my head. John, for dinner, I went to Raising Cane's and I had the cognac and I asked for extra sauce. The color pink is talk blonde. I was trying to. Oh. Oh. Oh, is it, Christina? I didn't know that. Oh, a history of scary stories that are true. That's a good one. History of scary stories that are true. The color pink is top blonde. I was trying to get. Interesting. I wonder why. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, John, it was really good. But my ankle is fine right now. I haven't had anything to do. Oh, good. Good. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. I was looking into the before the live went on, I was looking into the goals, like those little rewards. Um we're League Two, top of the 20%. I was thinking, well, how do I get to League A1? So I'm gonna look into that. I was using my chat GBT to give me a plan on how to get there, a detailed plan. So we'll say, hey Corey, welcome in. A detailed plan to get to League A1. But you have to go on every night. So you gotta be really consistent. So I gotta look into those. That's gonna be my goal for the start of fall because I think we're gonna get a lot of new followers in fall. So I'm anticipating that. For those of you who are on the East Coast, when does it start cooling down for you guys? Like, when do you guys start feeling like fall is on the way? Because here in California, we don't feel it until November or October. I have to go on my instincts and calendar. When does everybody start? John in Vermont, when does it normally start? I know sometimes the weather fluctuates every year. In late August? Oh, okay. Salmon. Oh, thank you so much, Salmon Colby. Are you new, Salmon Colby? Please join our page. December and jammy, right? Same here in California. I have to go by the calendar. Oh, it says it's the first day of fall. Okay, it's 100 degrees outside. And the leaves are more burnt than they are dead. Hey, Janelle Howell, welcome in. Just Relax, welcome in. Just Relax, we missed you yesterday. It starts getting cold in August. Oh, okay, in Michigan. So Michigan and Vermont are going to be my touchstones. You guys will have to give me weather updates in August. I'm from Maine, and it depends, but it usually cools down around mid-September. Oh, okay, Anna. Excellent. Okay. All September, it starts to feel real fresh. Oh, okay. Oh, you fell asleep last night, just nervous? Oh, okay. All right, yeah. So I'll have my East Coasters keep me updated on the weather. That's good to know. So yeah, I think we'll start fall August 22nd, which is that's actually a month from now. Today's the 22nd. We will start it on the 22nd is on a Friday. So let's start it on the 25th because that's the third week of work. So let's start it on no, let's start on the 24th. Sunday the 24th will be August Sunday the 24th. Yes, well, yeah, the last week Brenny is when the fall drinks come out too. So Sunday the 24th is when we'll start fall. We'll change everything up. I have to look into. I don't know if I want to do a fall tree or if I just want to do decoration. No, we have to have a fall tree because we got to make the decorations. So I'll have a fall tree and we'll go back to that corner over there. Because a cozy lamp and a candle is a lot nicer. I think we'll go back to the table with the lamp like we did for Christmas and then the couch. Yeah, the orange wall. The orange wall signifies fall, you're right. Yeah, I'm excited too. I let myself get into it, but then I pull myself out because it's still a little bit too early. Summer hasn't really hit that hard, so I really don't feel like I'm waiting for it to cool down. Today was like in the high 80s. Oh, Christina, did you finish your poster, Christina? Yes. Just relax. I think we can all age groups relate to Ozzy Osbourne in some way. I grew up with knowing that Ozzy Osbourne chewed the head off of a bat on stage, which was, I think, the late 70s, early 80s. And then the Osbournes. Nona, I'm waiting on some stuff from Amazon. Oh, how fun. Christina, you'll have to post it so we can see it. I definitely want to see what you're doing. That is so cool. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We're Gen X. Yeah. Yes. Buxom Babe, exactly. That's what we grew up with. Yeah, he was a wild man. Definitely wild. But it's so funny though because in the early 2000s, early 2000s, before name her baby Aquaman. Oh really? Trisha, that's so funny. Hey Rach, welcome in. Yeah, eating a bat head. Um, in the early 2000s, his family was one of the first ones that did reality TV with the Osbournes on MTV. So that's a whole generation of millennials that grew up with Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, Ozzy Aquaman. Isn't that funny? All right, so today went to the library. All the books that I had um, before I went on vacation, turned all of those in. Oh, Cat, you've been watching all day, yeah. Especially his daughter. I loved his daughter. She was so funny. Hey, Renee, welcome in. Welcome back. Um, so yeah, returned all of those books. We got fresh new titles from both libraries, the neighborhood library and then the library down from my work. So we have fresh new titles for everyone. I found some really interesting ones that I thought you guys are going to really like. I miss our anthologies at the beginning, so I found this one that's very similar to Frog and Toad. It's called Grasshopper on the Road. It's a very traditional book, and it's got several stories in it. The Club. And we love these illustrations. They're very, again, very traditional, very old school. It has the old library smell to it. Right, Corey? We love these. Grasshopper wanted to go on a journey. I will find a road, he said. I will follow that road wherever it goes. One morning, Grasshopper found a road. It was long and dusty. It went up hills and down into valleys. This road looks fine to me, said Grasshopper. I'm on my way. So here's Grasshopper. He's got his long, spindly legs with the little details on there. And he's going to take a little journey. And this is where his journey is going to start. We do have a goal of some donuts here at the top. 1 out of 20. And our goal tonight, let's hit 40K. Let's see if we can do it. Yes, very cute. The club. Grasshopper walked quietly along the road. He saw a sign on the side of the tree. The sign said, "Morning is best." Soon, Grasshopper saw another sign. It said, "3 cheers for morning." Grasshopper saw a group of beetles. They were singing and dancing, and they were carrying more signs. "Good morning," said Grasshopper. So along the way, as he's journeying through, he's starting to see these signs here. This one says morning is best, and you can tell that he's reading it going, oh, okay. And then soon he saw another sign, 3 cheers for morning. And then he saw the Beatles, they were singing and dancing, and they were carrying more signs. "Good morning," said Grandpa. So these guys, let's see, "Kiss me, it's morning. Morning is tops. Sweet sunrise, and we love mornings." Oh, okay. The club. So this must be the morning club. "Yes," said one of the Beatles, "it is a good morning. Every morning is a good morning." The Beetle carried a sign. It said, "Make mine morning." "This is a meeting of the We Love Morning Club," said the Beetle. "Every day we get together to celebrate another bright, fresh morning." "Grasshopper, do you love morning?" asked the Beetle. "Oh, yes," said Grasshopper. "Hooray," shouted all the Beetles. "Grasshopper loves morning." "I knew it," said the Beetle. "I could tell by your kind face you are a morning lover." He stumbled across the morning club. All these Beetles love the morning. That would be a fun club to have if you could wake up at 5 or 6 in the morning and celebrate the morning. Hey Bree, welcome in. The Beetles made Grasshopper a wreath of flowers. They gave him a sign that said, "Morning is tops." "Now," they said, "Grasshopper is in our club." "When does the clover sparkle with dew?" asked the Beetle. "In the morning," cried all the other Beetles. They have their own little chant. "When does the clover sparkle with dew?" asked the Beetle. "In the morning," cried all the Beetles. When is the sunshine yellow and new?" asked the Beetle. "In the morning," cried all the other Beetles. They turned somersaults and stood on their heads. They danced and sang, "Morning." Oh, MORNING spells morning. That's your husband, just. I know there are just some morning people. "I love afternoon too," said Grasshopper. The Beetles stopped singing and dancing. "What did you say?" they asked. "I said I loved the afternoon," said Grasshopper. All the Beetles were quiet. "And night is very nice," said Grasshopper. "Stupid," said a Beetle. He grabbed the wreath of flowers. "Dummy," said another Beetle. He snatched the sign from Grasshopper. "Anyone who loves afternoon and night can never, never be in our club," said the third Beetle. Books of Babe. Isn't that funny? Thank you so much. Isn't that so funny? He stepped into the right club, but then as soon as he said he loved afternoon or evening, that was it. They said, "No, thank you. Give us your stuff back." Up with morning, shouted all the beetles. They waved their signs and marched away. Grasshopper was alone. He saw the yellow sunshine. He saw the dew sparkling on the clover, and he went down the road. And that was it. They were done with him. Hey, Prince Hairflip, welcome in. The next story is called A New House. The end. Great way to start the live. That's a good book. So tomorrow we'll read, or for the West Coast, we'll read A New House. Great way to start the live. We love a good anthology. I was looking through some of the books and I saw the Toad and Frog ones. And I thought maybe that there were some that we hadn't read, but we've read them all. We have the anthology. So I saw this one. I thought, oh, this one's kind of like the equivalent, especially the drawings. Looks like a good anthology series. All right, let's take a vote. I give this one a 10. It was funny, very creative. Who would have thought somebody could have taken a story about the morning and made it hilarious? All right, let's take a vote. Lisa Brown, 10. What are we thinking? Our goal tonight is going to be 40K. Books and Babe, 10 out of 10. I agree. John, 10. Okie. Good evening, Okie. Welcome back. Billy Cody, 10. John, 10. Yeah, that was a good one. We really enjoyed that one. All right, let's set the timer for 1 minute. Hey, Siri, set the timer for 1 minute. We're already at 11K. Guys, you're doing really good this evening. Lolo, welcome in. I'm happy to say that I have sold $25 worth of Joe E. King. That means we have sold five books already of Joe E. King. Tonight, you think we could do 75K? Just relax? Oh, okay. Let's try for 75K. Let's make 40 our baseline, and then let's try 70K. Yeah, and that was just because I got started on some family members. I have some family members that have kids, and I really want to know what their opinion is when they read the stories to them. I said, don't tell them it's for me. Just have them read it and see. And I'd like to know what their input is. Hey Siri, turn off. All right, we're already at 12K. Thank you guys so much. We have the little donuts there. Got 4 out of 20. Yeah, just it's good. I kept telling myself, Eddie, remember that these are for kids, not adults. But we love reading them. If I had kids, I would love reading those to kids. It'd be fun. All right, we have a lot of fun just with our own little group. All right, let's look in the stacks and see what we have here. I got some really good deep ones. This one we all are. Yeah, kids are very honest. This one is called Me, Frida. We love Frida Kahlo. I have my own little book, or my own little picture of Frida Kahlo hanging on. Me, Frida. We love a good lavender. We love a good purple, a violet. Is this a violet, maybe? We love a good color. Checking out for lurking teeth. Hey, Faith, welcome in. Me, Frida. Look at these illustrations. When I was thumbing through the pages, not only because I was going to take it anyway, because it's about Frida Kahlo, but I really saw these illustrations and I thought, oh, these are gorgeous. We love gorgeous art in our lives. To Frida, the city I love, and my querido Andy. Look how pretty that is. Those art pieces, cactus, birds. these little medallions, the cityscape. We love a good moon in children's literature. On the warm cobblestone streets of Culyocan, everyone knew her name. Frida Kahlo lived in the blue house with her new husband, the famous artist Diego Rivera. Frida was an artist, too. The night the telegram arrived inviting Diego to San Francisco, Frida dreamed of a city far from her home in Mexico, and she painted a portrait of herself there. So here's Frida sleeping. Look at these gorgeous colors, these reds, deep reds, and these little, I love these little shades of purple here. So it says, the night the telegram arrived inviting Diego to San Francisco, Frida dreamed of a city far from her home in Mexico, and she painted a portrait of herself there. So she painted a portrait. Let's see if that portrait comes to life in San Francisco. Maybe that's what she had a dream about. Then she packed her blue trunk, and she and Diego flew north. Frida had never left Mexico before. Soon they were standing in the very city she painted. Diego, big as an elephant, Frida, a lovely little bird on his arm. Look at how magical that is. Literally flying to San Francisco. Look at these reds. These deep reds. They lived at 716 Montgomery Street in the artist's quarter, beneath a leaky glass roof and dangling globes of light. They drank café con leche and ate sliced oranges. Outside, the world was cool and gray. Frida felt very far away from home. Diego was working on a mural for the city. While he sketched, Frida was restless. She strummed a guitar. She sang Mexican folk songs called corridos. Quiet, querida, cooed Diego. He loved his beloved's singing, but there was work to be done. Yeah, I remember reading that Diego came to America for a period of time because he was asked to do some paintings, and Frida came. She didn't really like her experience in America. But these colors are amazing though. Before Diego began painting, he wanted to study his subject. Frida followed him as he explored the city. They climbed up and down its many steep hills. They gazed up at the shiny skyscrapers. Diego thought they were great, like ancient ruins. Frida disagreed. If you've ever been to San Francisco before, you know exactly what they're talking about. San Francisco is such a gorgeous city and a gorgeous piece of land overlooking the sea. Yeah, just relax. Especially a foreign country, especially when you come from the desert. If you're used to the heat and you're used to desert and then you go into the cold, it can mess with your mental health. They explored orchards and oil derricks, a gold mine, a redwood groves. They stood beneath the towering trees. Diego felt empowered by everything he saw. Frida fell asleep on the way home. So it looks like they were going through the redwoods. This famous tree that's got this this hole in it where you can drive through it. And then, with a team of assistants, Diego went to work painting entire city walls. Some nights he didn't come home at all. Other nights, Mr. and Miss Diego Rivera attended parties. The city's elite celebrated Diego. Frida stood quietly at his side. No one even looked at her. On the long days without Diego, Frida felt lost. She was in a foreign city. She didn't speak much English, and she didn't have many friends. It's an interesting book based off of her experience in San Francisco. That's really cool. Somebody can look at somebody's life and then choose one period and then make a children's book out of it. Just like what's that one girl thing? Anne Frank's cat. Thinking of doing a Did You Know That Anne Frank Had a Cat? So Frida started exploring the city on her own. She wandered through narrow street markets. She touched pretty birds in tiny, ornate cages and searched in little shops for silk to make skirts. She admired moon-faced babies. Frida especially loved Chinatown. It smelled of incense, fish, and frog. Look at how pretty that is. Look at that dragon. And then these houses in Chinatown, the birds, the babies. Soon, Frida felt bolder and rode on a streetcar. She took a ferry across the Golden Gate and walked in the green headlands high above the ocean. From there, she could see the entire glittering city and all it held, including Diego. It was small enough to fit on the wing of a bird. For once, Frida felt larger than life. Me, Frida. She felt like she could fly. Thank you so much, Prince Airfoot, for that. I really appreciate it. Look at those rich colors. Reds and oranges and yellows. And the little bird. Frida went back to Montgomery Street and painted. She knew she was an artist too. While Diego painted his monumental murals about town, Frida painted some small portraits at home. The local press called Frida's portraits passable or good enough. Good enough was not good enough for Frida. She wanted it to be great. Get it out, Frida. Love that. She did not want to be just okay. She wanted to be brilliant. Look at that. This is the passable person. One night, at yet another party, all eyes were on the great Mexican painter Diego Rivera. Frida stood quietly by his side, but she could hardly contain herself. She thought the Americans' faces resembled dough. She missed Mexico, and she was tired of being quiet. Frida. She said that their faces look like dough. Isn't that funny? Diego Rivera himself was a big guy. I've never heard of these murals. Are these murals still up? Do we know that? Does anybody know about the murals? It'd be interesting to know if those murals. I've never seen them. Suddenly, Frida began to sing. Not just any songs, but the Mexican folk songs she sang to Diego while he worked. All eyes were on her, including Diego's. Huzzah! He shouted at the end of each verse. He always knew Frida was marvelous. Aww. Frida was over it. She's like, I'm going to take over this party. I've been quiet long enough. I've been quiet long enough. Y'all step aside. Diego, go to the corner there. I'm going to start singing. That night, Frida painted something great, a colorful wedding portrait of herself and Diego. She painted Diego big and she painted herself small, just as the world saw them. Very interesting. Just as the world saw them. And they do kind of That's the impression that you get. Like, that's what I always remember. Diego was like very big and stocky, and Frida was this little frail 5'4", I think. She's showing the boring American Santa party, right? Throw them tea dishes away. We're gonna have some fun. But Frida knew she was more than this, and she put herself first. In the beak of a pink bird, she wrote a tiny note on a violet ribbon. Here you see us, me, Frida Kahlo, with my adored husband Diego Rivera. I painted these portraits in the beautiful city of San Francisco, California, in April of 1931. Very interesting. So let's see. There's more than this. So, in the beak of a pink bird, she wrote a tiny note on violet ribbon. I'm going to have to do some research on this. Let's see. Yeah, because this pink bird makes a appearance throughout the book. So the pink bird must have been very significant for her. Frida's painting, Frida and Diego Rivera, was featured in the 6th annual exhibition of the San Francisco Society of Women Artists. It was her first show. Adorned in her best dress and necklaces of ancient jade, her jet black hair braided, Frida walked proudly through the crowd. When people saw her, they stopped and stared at her in wonder. Yeah, she's very specific. Her dress, can you imagine, in the 30s? So she probably looked very different. Obviously, she looked very different from the culture in San Francisco. Girl was brave. Yeah, an icon. Maggie Daniels, right? Welcome in, Maggie Daniels. The end. It says author's note. Frida Kahlo wasn't a famous artist when she met and married her mentor, the great Mexican painter Diego Rivera. Frida adored Diego, and to Diego, Frida was tiny and bright, like starlight. She was devilishly brilliant and believed in herself, but she was young and still finding her own unique styles. Frida's move to San Francisco in November of 1930 was the first time she traveled out of Mexico. The city of San Francisco inspired Frida and her art. While she was living there, her style moved from broad and mural-like, similar to Diego's, to more intimate and folkloric. Perhaps Frida's distance from her husband, from her beloved home, ignited her pride and her passion for where she came from. Frida and Diego Rivera was the first painting Frida created in the style for which the world became, for which she would become famous. It was one of her most beloved paintings. So this is the painting here. Very cool. The end. Me, Frida. Let's take a moment. We gotta pause. Madonna Browntown has entered the building. Let's say hi to Madonna Browntown. Madonna Browntown, we need to go down the list. How's the family doing? The kids? How's your daughter doing in kindergarten? How's her foot? How are the in-laws? Work? We need an update. All is good? Good. That's good to know. How's the weather? You're in Arizona, right, Madonna Browntown? I'm sure it's been really the dry heat. All right, let's, we're drinking the hibiscus, vanilla hibiscus. Oh, Madonna Browntown, the rain in Arizona in the summertime is so nice. You get that gorgeous smell. All right, we started with Grasshopper on the Road, 1. Not a day over 103. Yeah, it's been cool over here too. 98, yep. Yeah, we're very cool over. Yeah, we haven't hit. Maybe our summer is going to hit a little bit later. And then 2, me, Frida. I think I'm going to go with number 2. I'm going to go with number 2. This is a good one. I love a good art book, especially when it looks like an art piece. All right, let's take a vote. Did you enjoy 1 or did you enjoy 2? Which one was your favorite? Yeah, for Arizona, because you guys are usually at about 115, 117, 120. Lisa Brown won. Prince Hairful is the first one, so okay. We're drinking hibiscus and honey. Faith 8 for me. Oh, we'll get back to that one on the West Coast feed. Brie 2. Yeah, it's really good. It's very refreshing. It's very refreshing. I put some honey at the bottom so it kind of melted in, so it makes it sweet. Yeah. Madonna, how's your daughter doing? How's your foot? I have a headache tonight, but still saying, aw. Thank you so much, Maria. I really appreciate that. Welcome in, Maria. I didn't hear much of the first one, but I love the second one, I think. Yeah, Maggie Daniels, especially that period in her life. She just took that one little period, and then that was it. Madonna Browntown, next week, I go back on Tuesday. Tuesdays are meetings, trainings, and then the following Monday is when the kids start. The first week of August. I went to Raising Cane's earlier today. Oh, let's set the timer for 1 minute. Hey Siri, set the timer for 1 minute. We're at 32K. Our goal tonight is 45. That is the baseline. We want to see if we can get to 75K. Right, Maria? It went by really fast. Her feet are a little wrecked. Susie, she didn't wear socks with her Crocs. Aww. Those little Crocs. How cute. Oh, poor thing. Madonna Browntown, is it half day or full? Is it half day or full day kindergarten? They're probably tired when they get home, especially in the heat. I'm gonna wear them out. Wear them out in kindergarten. Oh, full day? Oh my gosh. Our districts are different. Brooke Comer, welcome in. Our district starts them half the first semester, and then they come in full second semester. John, we have our lavender. We have our lavender scents, fresh cut lilacs. It smells so good. Fresh cut lilacs. Hey Siri, turn on. She used it. Wow. They don't mess around in Arizona, do they? Those kids. Good for them. Good for them. It gets them busy and socialized. They need that. So I was at Raising Cane's today earlier, and it was midday. Probably like, no. She doesn't get worn out. It was about midday, 1 or 2 o'clock, and there was a lot of families there, and the kids were just going crazy. And I was looking at the parents, and I was thinking, they're probably thinking, these kids back to school already. She is all energy. Oh my goodness. Madonna Browntown, I love it. All right, let's go ahead and look into the stacks. I saw this one, and I don't think we've ever read it before. We might have. I don't remember. Olivia. Madonna Browntown, right? I think I do. Olivia. Olivia's a classic. Have fun with Olivia. Dressing up, singing songs, building sandcastles, napping, maybe. Have we read it before, Just Relax? Maybe way at the beginning. This is a really great, a very great entrance, the first couple of pages. This is Olivia. She is good at lots of things. 40 very loud songs. This is Olivia. She is very good at wearing people out. She even wears herself out. She is very good at wearing people out. I love that. She's even good about wearing herself out. Olivia has a little brother named Ian. He's always copying. Sometimes Ian just won't leave her alone, so Olivia has to be firm. Her brother. Peyton. This would be a good one for your kids, Madonna Raton. Olivia has a little brother named Ian, and he's always copying. Sometimes Ian just won't leave her alone, so Olivia has to be firm. She's got to lay it down. Olivia lives with her mother and father, her brother, her dog, Perry, and Edwin, the cat. In the morning, after she gets up and moves the cat, and brushes her teeth and combs her ears, and moves the cat. I love this author. And Edwin the cat. There's Edwin the cat there. So in the morning, after she gets up and moves the cat, and brushes her teeth and combs her ears, and moves the cat. That's a very important routine for Olivia, moving the cat. Olivia gets dressed. She has to try on everything. She has to try on all her clothes, but look at how interesting. Everything's red. I love this one. That one's really cute. The sunglasses and the purse, the little dress, the backpack, the bikini. On sunny days, Olivia likes to go to the beach. She feels it's important to come prepared. Last summer when Olivia was little, her mother showed her how to make sandcastles. So there she is at the beach. She's got her little floaties on. She comes prepared. Her mother showed her how to make sandcastles. She got pretty good. Guys, look at. She got pretty good. She built a whole skyscraper. Look at her. And the mom. And the brother is copying, but look at what the brother has. The brother's looking at a little crab. I used to read that to my little sis when I was young. Aw, Faith, really? This is so funny. I love a good creek. Yes. Astrologger. Yeah, we love our crinkly book, our old library smell. We love a good page turn. Sometimes Olivia likes to bask in the sun. When her mother sees that she's had enough, they go home. Every day, Olivia is supposed to take a nap. It's time for your you-know-what, her mother says. So she's at the beach, just having a good time. But then it's time to wrap it up. Astrologger. I love that name, Astrologger. She puts her in her room, says it's time for your nap. Olivia does not want to take a nap. Of course, Olivia's not at all sleepy. Madonna Rundown, definitely your daughter. Right after kindergarten. On rainy days, Olivia likes to go to the museum. She heads straight for her favorite picture. Olivia looks at it for a long time. What could she be thinking? That's her favorite museum picture. The illustrations on here are really cool. Very minimalist. Just the characters and what they're talking about. That's it. But there is one painting Olivia just doesn't get. I could do that in about 5 minutes, she says to her mother. Look at her. She's looking at the abstract. I could do that in 1 minute. As soon as she gets home, she gives it a try. She gets her paints and throws them on the wall. The mom's like, oh no. Oh, you guys made the goal already. Excellent, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Let's see if we can get to 75K. Just relax. I think you're right. I think you're right. Time out. After a nice bath and a nice dinner, it's time for bed. She got put in timeout for making a mess. Then it's time for her to get ready. Faith. That was such a good book, wasn't it? I'm a dragon. I loved it. But of course, Olivia's not at all sleepy. Only 5 books tonight, Mommy, she says. No, Olivia, just 1. How about 4? 2? 3? Oh, all right, 3. But that's it. Faith. Olivia took a page from your handbook. Only 5 books tonight? No, Olivia, just 1. How about 4? 2? 3? All right, 3. But that's it. She negotiated that. When they finish reading, Olivia's mother gives her a kiss and says, you know, you really wear me out, but I love you anyway. And Olivia gives her a kiss back and says, I love you anyway, too. That is so funny. I love that. Look at those shadows, the dark, the black. We've got black shadows here. That's so cool how they did that. It's just black and white. Yes, reminds me of Olivia Pink. Right. Hey, Memple and John, welcome in. Isn't it a good book? You know, I agree. And look she's asleep. She can't sleep and she's thinking about singing. When do you... Oh, Astro Lover. So, if you're new to the page, please join our page. We read Sunday through Friday. We do 10 o'clock. We start at 10 for the East Coast feed for our East Coast friends. So everybody in the live tonight is in the East Coast. And then we come on again at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I'm on the West Coast. I'm just going to confuse you. So 10 o'clock right now this is the East Coast. And then we usually read about 4 books. And then I take a break and then I come back on. If you're on the East Coast, I come back on at 12. Yeah. Ephraim, you're right. They're really good at charcoal. The end. Olivia. I'm in. Okay. Oh, okay. Pacific. All right. Oh, you're in the Pacific Northwest. Oh, okay, yeah. Janelle Howell's in Washington, too. I'm sorry, Janelle Howell, I didn't mean to give up your information. We have Janelle Howell. She's in Washington as well. Yeah, Victoria. That is the book, Olivia. Yeah. So how you said we usually read 4 books. Okay. We're nostalgic for Lola. I never knew there was a book I found. Oh, really? Yeah. I think there's a whole series book. Lola, we do 5 books on special occasions. Very cool. Oh, does she Astro? Yeah, these are really good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys are getting really good titles tonight. 10. Mm-hmm. Oh, Victoria, they loved it. Yeah, today we've got a whole new batch of library books. So I go to the library usually about twice a week, and then I load up on children's books, and then we read them. Yeah, I'll do that one afterwards tonight. Just relax. That'll be good. So we started out with Grasshopper on the Road 1. And then me, Frida. And then Olivia, 3. Let's take a vote in the comments section. Let's see what you guys are thinking. I think I'm going to stay with me, Frida, too, Isa. I really liked the Frida one. That one was a good one. Brooke Comer, 3. Prince Hairflip, hard to choose, but 3. Yeah, that one was funny. Maggie Daniels, 2. Lisa Brown, 3. Olivia basically greenlighted Boogie. She did, huh? You took a page out of Olivia. Bree, 2. Yeah, we love a good story about the artists. Yesterday we had some really good titles. You guys got some really good titles yesterday. The Dragon one was funny. I read that one again for the West Coast because I thought it was just so funny. Let's set the timer for 1 minute. Hey Siri, set the timer for 1 minute. We've got 50K so far. You guys are doing amazing. John, 3. All of them but 3 was cute, yeah. Was a good one. I'll show you guys. I haven't finished it yet, but for tomorrow, Project Wednesday, since we do have some new people in. Tomorrow is Project Wednesday, so we read one book and then we do a project. Since we are in summer and we're doing water themed in the ocean. We are going to be making an octopus. We haven't made an octopus. Always beautiful, but next to you. Oh, thank you so much, Ephraim. I appreciate that. I know I haven't gotten a haircut since before I went on vacation, so I'm waiting till I go back to work to just chop it all off. So tomorrow we're going to be making an octopus. What I thought would be a good idea. Hey Siri, turn off. You should do FaceTime with people working on projects. Oh, how fun. That's a good idea, Lisa. Tomorrow what we're going to do is we're going to take some construction paper. We're going to make tentacles. We're going to use puffy paint. And then we're going to draw a little face on it. I'm thinking also of putting embellishments on these little circles here because I think embellishments would be really fun. And then put a little clip in the back and then hang it. Guys, isn't it fun? Got its little tentacles. So that's going to be tomorrow for Project Wednesday. You can stand them up. Isn't that cool, guys? We love Carrot and black silk pajamas with my glasses. Would you see me in my black silk pajamas with my glasses? Right? Can you imagine, guys? That's why we like the intimacy of live, because everybody can be in their own personal private space. I don't want to know what y'all are doing there, but just kidding. Pumpkin or a pepper. Yeah. Isa, so I was telling the live group, we're going to start fall August 22nd, and we're going to shift the room around again. So there's a tree, a fall tree that's very similar to this with the white lights on it, just like our spring tree that has fall leaves on it. So we're going to shift the room that way with the sofa, and then we'll have the tea set again, and then our fall books. Last year we started in September and we just were reading some random books, but now that we have our routine, we'll start from August 22nd to September 22nd. We'll do all fall books, and then September 22nd to Halloween we'll do all the Halloween stuff. Oh yeah, and the fireplace, I totally forgot. Yeah, Janelle, I totally last year at that time I didn't really get to celebrate it that much because we were just starting out the line. Yeah, Astrolog for and then we'll be doing our fall projects as well. Yeah, it's gonna be really exciting. I can't wait. I was thinking of starting fall in September when it starts, but then I thought no, because we need a whole month of Halloween. So we'll take fall from August until September 22nd, and then we'll change the background to Halloween from September 22nd till actual Halloween, and then we'll go right into Christmas. We'll do a week of Thanksgiving, but then we go right into Christmas. We need at least a whole month. Because remember, fall and Christmas is a whole thing. Like, when Christmas Day comes, we were talking about this last year. I believe last December. Oh, yeah, Janelle. Um, yeah, John John's been like a day one. John John has been day one. Bree's been day one. Um, and by the Christmas time comes and it's all over. Because honestly, the holidays, you've got fall. It's a whole thing. Those 4 months, September, October, November, December, those 4 months are really the holidays. So we want to make sure that we take part in the whole thing. All right. So we are at 57K. We've reached our goal. Let's look into the stacks one more time. Let's see what we have. I found some really good ones. Let's see. At the one the library by my work, they always have really good international ones. Let's read this one. The Gift of Eid. The Gift of Eid. We love a good Palestinian, we love a good Muslim book. This time around, it's the Muslims now who are getting the brunt of everything. Soon it'll be the Mexicans again, and then our African American brothers and sisters. But right now, we're gonna celebrate the Gift of Eid. This is Palestine. He left the 99. We are going to. This is the 4th book, and then we start up again for the West Coast feed. We love a good end page. We love a good end page. We love a good design. Look at how intricate that design is. To make a really pretty border. A really pretty border at the top. Yeah, the artwork on this is really good. The Gift of Eid. Really, Albie? Mama asks. My heart, the nickname Baba used to call me. The writing on this, guys, is a little bit small. Let me read it again. Ready, Alba. Ready, Alba? Mama asks. My heart, the nickname Baba used to call me. My liras clink as we step through the arch of Sak al Hamayed. Light filters through the circles in the ceiling. So these are the main characters right here. And it looks like they're walking into the Sak of Al Hamayed. Maybe it's their worship center. Maybe it's where they pray. Love to see good representation. Baba and I used to imagine they were twinkling stars, and we would make up constellations while waiting for Mama to finish shopping. But without him, they look like empty holes. The writing on this is a little bit tiny. So it looks like a shopping center. So she's reminiscing about when she would go with her father. Baba and I used to imagine they were twinkling stars. So these are the twinkling stars up here. And we would make up constellations while waiting for Mama to finish shopping. But without him, they look like empty holes. Oh, so Dad's not with them anymore. I'm gonna find out what the story is all about. I think I'm just gonna show you guys the pictures and read because this writing is very tiny. What do you want for Eid, Yasmin? Mama asks. I shrug. Last year, I would have asked for a charm to hang on my sinsal, but I'd rather hear Mama's twinkling laugh when she jingles, or Mama's tingling laugh than the jingle of jewelry. What can I buy to make Mama happy? It's very pretty. So she knows that her mom is upset or her mom isn't the same. So instead of asking for jewelry, she wants to get, she wants to hear her mom's laugh. At the spice shop, the shopkeeper pours za'atar into a bag. Mama slowly counts out her coins to pay. Faith, I love it, huh? Colorful clothing spills over tables and out of baskets next door. A shiny white jabalia reminds me of the Damascus flower Baba named me after. But I'd rather see my mom's shining smile than wear a sparkling dress. Oh. They're going to the spice shops. The olive oils. The spices. I love going into these types of spice shops. Even though I don't know how to use spices or what, I just love looking at the colors. Are so rich and vibrant. And the colors. At the mosaic shop, jewelry boxes glimmer, promising treasures inside. Mama traces a heart-shaped one. Your dad loved these. Your bracelet would fit in here, I say. Mama turns away. Oh, so Dad's no longer with them. I peek at the tag, 500 liras. I only have 150. Do you want one, I ask? Mama shakes her head, but her eyes look sad. Oh, Kimberly, yeah, Ozzy Osbourne. Just love these details. They don't skip out on the details of these and the colors. A rich brown. We walk into the bakery and I inhale the smell of shifa. The last few liras from Mama's wallet clunk into her hand. Is there anything cheaper? When I put my fingers into my pocket, my liras feel cold. But I'd rather feel the warmth of a hug from Mama than the heat of a fresh meat pie. Aww. She needs some attention from her mama. We love a good bakery. It doesn't matter what culture it is. If there's bread, we know we're gonna love it. Just give us some olive oil and vinegar so we can dip it in. A sign at the gold shop catches my attention. I dart across the stone steps. Mama still haggling with the baker. Don't touch anything you can't buy, the shopkeeper says. I'm not here to buy. I drop my chain on the glass counter, my fingers patting it one last time and goodbye. I peek at the heart charms in velvet boxes. I'll give you 350 liras, the shop owner interrupts. Very cool. It's like we're getting a view of their everyday life when they go shopping. I finished my shopping and I can't wait to surprise Mama. But when I get back to the bakery, Mama isn't there. I look next door, but she's not there either. So she finds the present that she wants to get for her mom. And then she goes looking for her, but she can't find her. There she is, a little lost. The call of the anthem sounds from the Marnet above. Misjad al Mal. That's where Mama will be. She never misses a prayer. Aw. That's sweet. She knows where her mom's at. It's prayer time. Gosh, the writing on this is so small. I'm going to write to them. Shopkeepers pull black gates over the stores, and a hush descends over the souk. I follow the sea of people flowing through the Misjad doors. So it's a time of prayer, the call of prayer, the souk. I peer through the rows of women praying, my hands hugging Mama's gift. Yasmin, Mama waves over at me. My heart settles and we sit, counting our blessings, our voices rising as one. So she's in the church, the temple, and her mom's praying. She goes and she prays with her. Happy early Eid, Mama. When she opens my gift, Mama's eyes glitter like shiny Eid crescent moons. I have a gift for you too. Mama reaches into her purse, a heart locket to wear on your chain. But I sold it to buy you a jewelry box for your bracelet. Mama's eyes widen. Aww. So she sold her own jewelry box to buy her mom a gift. Look at those colors in the background. Isn't that pretty? She throws back her head. Why are you laughing? I sold my bracelet to get you this charm, Mama says, wiping away tears. My mouth falls open. Aww. They both sold something of value to themselves to give so they can buy a gift for each other. Isn't that sweet? You make me happy just being you, Yasmin, Mama says, hugging me. She opens the heart locket. A picture of Baba winks at me from the inside. Aww. So she opens the locket and it's the dad. You are as generous as your dad was. May Allah rest his soul. Aww. I love this picture with their hands. It's very symbolic. Their hands, the mom and the daughter's hands, and then the dad in the middle with the little locket. It's pretty. We head home with my heart locket and no chain, and Mama with a heart box and no bracelet. We have all the love we need. Aww. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful illustration. But they need to make the print on this a little bit bigger. Author's note. From spoiled book pig to emotional warfare. Right, pig? Author's note. I have always loved to read, and one of my earliest memories was flipping through my mother's GED English book. One particular story, The Gift of the Magi by O. Henry, stuck out to me, and it was so profound and memorable that I still remember the story 20 years later. The Gift of the Magi is a story about a couple trying to find the perfect gift for each other. But in sacrificing their own personal treasures, they get the other person something for an item that they had already sold. It made me laugh and smile, but also it evoked a deep emotional response in me that I only now understand as an adult. That true joy and holiday spirit is in being with family and not in material possessions. My story of the Gift of Eid is a twist on that original classic, set in a popular souk al Hamadeh and Masad al Unwar, well known landmarks in Damascus, Syria, which we know Damascus right now is under siege. I was born there, and the experience of Yasmin are inspired by family members who still live there and have lost a lot due to the war. I wanted to show that joy is still possible even after grief and sadness. In regards to the Syrian pound or lira, I do want to note that its value has dropped greatly since the start of the war. However, for simplicity's sake and to make money issues easier for children to understand, I did use monetary amounts that reflect more of the Syrian economy I remember as a kid. I know it's very, my eyes are hurting. As a child, also, while in less common in the West, it is very usual in Syria for kids like Yasmin to be independent in public spaces, such as a souk. I hope my story inspires compassion and the realization that the greatest Eid gift is family and love. Aww. I love this story. The Gift of the Eid. I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah, the lettering on this, I'm going to email this author and say, this is a good book, but we can't read it. This is a good one. A very profound Damascus. Damascus is one of the places right now that's getting heavily bombed. Okay, one, grasshopper on the road. 2, Olivia. No, 2 was Frida. 3, Olivia. And then the Gift of Eid. I'm going to go with 4. I think children's books, this is why we love our life. This is why we love art. This is why we love storytelling. This is why we love children's literature, because you can really talk about difficult topics through children's literature. Difficult topics. Lisa Brown, John 3, Issa 4, Maggie Daniels 2 and 4, Mandy May 4, Kimberly 4, Brooke Comer 4, Brie 2 and 4, 3. I needed a lot. Just relax, right? Yeah, that one was funny. John 1 and 3, Victoria 3. Yeah. Good ways to discuss difficult topics. All right, let's set the timer for 1 minute. Hey Siri, set the timer for 1 minute. Just relax. You're right. We made our goal tonight, 75K. We passed it. Man, that one hurt my eyes. I really strained to see that writing. Jeez. Hey Siri, set the timer for 1 minute.
1 minute starting now.
Yeah, those ones are good. Alrighty. Since we requested, and some of you weren't